Target, here with head coach Paul Miller of the University of Minnesota Crookston football team. Your first fall camp as a head coach. You were offensive coordinator last year here, but just what are some of your expectations for this team on both the offensive and defensive side of the ball coming into camp, which officially starts tomorrow?
Yes, yeah, we're excited. We kick off tomorrow, and we've got 90 players in camp, which is a step up for us, a substantial increase in numbers, and that's a good sign. Expectations, we just think we're better as a football team, and the big thing for me in the head coaching role is that we want to know that wherever we are in day one, and that's a little bit of a mystery to ourselves and everybody else, but that we just consistently make progress, and that a week from now we're a better football team, and 6 weeks from now we're a better football team than we are going to be in a week from now, and just throughout the 2012 season. So it's going to be an exciting season. We're playing a great league. We're really not going to focus necessarily on talking a great deal about wins and losses and records, but I've always been a firm believer in the fact that if you take care of business and attend to detail, and the scoreboard tends to take care of itself. So I say we have a sense, and I think there is a sense among our players and coaches that we've made pretty good darn progress over the period of time since last fall. But it's an ongoing process, and we've got to continue to work on it on a day-to-day basis. And but we're looking forward to the season with great enthusiasm.
You've got some key components coming back on offense with Richard Haley, who had one of the best rushing seasons of UMC history last season as a junior. You got a quarterback in A.J. Barge coming back, but just who are some of the returnees and some of the newcomers that you're looking for some things in camp, and what are some positions that will be key battles coming into the first game?
Well, I think we even told Richard Haley that yesterday that he wasn't even a starter as of now. So there's going to be battles at every position. We anticipate some great competition. And when you have more newcomers than returnees, that's obvious that's going to be the case. But we do have a sense that we've got a number of guys that have played in the offensive line. That's a real positive thing. We've made some progress there in terms of both numbers and size and all kind of components. And so, and then obviously there's no doubt Richard had a tremendous year for a football team that did not win a conference game. If you analyze that, his record a year ago was pretty significant, pretty amazing. I think he's worked hard. He had a tremendous summer from an academic and athletic standpoint, so we hope he has another great year. We're thrilled to get Keith McBride back, that we think is a great running back. And a year ago, of course, had the misfortune of having to deal with an injury that really prevented him from having a season. And so that's good. We've got, A.J. Barge started 11 games last year. Again, there's another job. If we were playing tomorrow, I'm sure A.J. would be the starter. But we feel real good about the competition there between Josh Perea and Derek Stewart, a freshman out of California. So that'll be interesting as camp goes on, and we expect them all to improve and move along. Defensively, we're pretty excited. We've got some outstanding players. That we feel like we've recruited, and returning, we've got some people that we feel very good about. Brody Davidson, was an honorable mention all-conference player as a freshman a year ago out of Crookston here, and he's made some we think real great progress, and we're excited to see him on the field. Tevin Kellum, was a first-year player a year ago. He's back. He's an outstanding football player and a real leader on our football team. And Cecil Brown is another person that kind of dealt with the injury bug a year ago, and kind of spent either missed games or played with a broken, fractured hand throughout the rest. So Cecil's healthy and running around. So that in itself is a good thing for us. So, but again, there's going to be a lot of new names, a lot of great competition, and we just got to put the pieces together and go forward, but we've got to make, what we feel like progress on a day-to-day and week-to-week basis throughout the season to get where, we hope to become a good football team. But right now it's not. When we don't have anybody here that's ever played a game where they won a conference game. We obviously have to climb a mountain, and so, but it's a fun challenge, and so we're going to go about our business and try to, just start up that mountain.
You've assembled a pretty solid first staff here. Quite a few guys returning, and Mark Duffner, Sean Knox, but you bring in a new offensive coordinator in Jeff Cheek, who's got a good background from Fresno State, played at Boise State, and defensive coordinator in Ty Knott, who coming from Texas Southern, but he also worked under Mike Singletary with the 49ers. Just what do those guys bring as coordinators for you guys?
Well, we're pretty excited by it. I think head coaches do their head coaching thing, but I think I'm really excited. I think I've done a good job. I've been patting myself on the back in terms of the people we have on our staff, because I think it's really a good staff, and we're excited to retain Mark and Sean. They're both really good football coaches, and the new hires, people weren't here a year ago. In the spring we had Jeff Cheeks, and he brings a lot of background. So from his Boise State playing. So we're kind of a Boise State package. Andrew Higgins is coach was here also in the spring, and again he's kind of got some of that major college football background, being at Tulane and then working under Watson Brown at Tennessee Tech, and then our offensive summer hire was Rich Westman, who again was a quarterback at Southern Cal, had a chance to playing behind Lionheart and those guys. The other guy that's at Kansas City now. And
yep, Castle.
So, yep. And then spent a lot of time in the NFL. So he's really a person that's very knowledgeable about the passing game, and so that's been a plus. He's a good teacher. And then kind of late in the summer, we lost our defensive coordinator, but I'm really thrilled. It worked out. Sometimes we decided in December when I took over, and we kind of, as I talked to our football team, that whenever something that appears to be negative happens, and just the timing of the departure of Josh Hager, in some respects was an obstacle, a negative thing that happened. But whenever that's happened, we're gonna try to take it on as a thing that's a challenge that can become a really good thing for us. And so I feel I'm excited that we were able to hire Tyrone Knott. He brings, like I say, a wealth of experience. The NFL thing, you can just tell by his demeanor and his knowledge. And this question, and it's one thing to have all the scheme stuff, but then, okay, what are the answers? There's problems to everything you do, and so, but that calm demeanor and the fact that you see there's some fire in there, but also the ability to kind of have the point. This is the answer to that situation. So, again, I'm pretty darn thrilled about kind of the way that worked out.
Well, I think that's good.